Hey Sarah, Mira here. I'm just going to hop on here and walk you through your design board and your floor plans too that I created for you. So we'll just start here on the left side through the front door, and you kind of have that front office space. Just brought in a new desk with a couple chairs for clients, and then in the top left corner you see that kind of rectangle. That's like a shelving unit kind of slash armoire for I can't remember the gal's name that works there, but anyway, for her, and you'll see it in the design boards next, but it has some spaces for storage, less decoration, and then two if she wants to put like her coat or purse in there. And then yeah, the register is there. I did set a plant on it. I know some of the registers in the pictures that I took had stuff set on them, but we can talk about that, whether like if they should have things on them or not. And then that east wall, excuse me, I'm like, where am I at? That east wall in the top there between the two windows, I have a clock, a big round clock, and then above the register I have a piece of artwork. So from the front office to the waiting areas, and I apologize, I don't know why that one chair got behind the wall, but anyway, I moved those two brown chairs that were by the front windows to over here. That one register is in between, kind of acting like the table. Maybe we could do something to it to make it look a little bit nicer, or if we wanted to put an end table in front of it, that could be an option too. Right across from there is those built-in shelves, and I was thinking to paint this kind of blue-green color that I'm recommending to replace the purple behind those shelves, just to make them pop a little bit more. And then further down is another kind of seating area, but a little bit, I guess, more cozy with the rug that you currently have. A love seat. I moved that arc lamp over here in the corner with a little end table. And then there is a flat screen TV across from it. I don't know if this is something you guys would utilize or not, but it is just a thought to have there, and then kind of just create another little hangout space. And then straight across from that arc lamp on the same wall, I put that full-length mirror that used to be kind of in that front doorway where the front office area is, just to bounce around some light back there and brighten it up, since there's a lot of windows, but not a lot of natural light. And I should go back to that front office area where that doorway is, where that mirror currently was, and then a corkboard above it. I am thinking about putting a corkboard in there, and in the front design boards I'll show you that. The break room I'll go to next. Not much changed in there. Just added a table, kind of clean things, get things organized. Left that shelf there to the right of the sink, and then yeah, the closet we can use for like cleaning supply storage, office supply storage, and then keeping that little hutch that you have in there for coffee, kind of break room items. Then there is a couple chairs there if you would want to have a couple chairs. You can see in the floor plan here, this room is really long and narrow, and you can fit 4 chairs around there, but you're going to kind of have to squeeze behind people if they're sitting there, just simply because it doesn't allow for a lot of walk room after a table and chairs are put in there. And then the storage room, I didn't do anything in there. We can organize that or kind of go through things like we did in Wyndham and Worthington, but that's the storage room. The back office, I didn't really change a lot either. The paint, everything was gray in there, or maybe I take that back, maybe it was white, but if we can have access to that light gray, I think just keep it neutral. I added some wall art above that register, and then again that desk will just stay, and so there's not much configuration that you can do with this office just because of that L-shaped desk and the shape of the office. I moved the filing cabinet over into the corner. I think there was just kind of a shelf in there, but I was thinking it'd be nicer if the filing cabinet was there. And then I did put a floor lamp in here too, just to have light, layered lights and yeah, just a different type of light than overhead light. And then the youth room, just updated the table. That's the only thing that's new besides wall decor. Where this chair is over here in the corner, these 3 walls here that are surrounding the chair, not the long wall, but the very north walls, I want to really keep the youth's artwork in there and make those 3 walls like the focal point and a pop of color when you come in, and really utilize the things that they make. And then again, yeah, the cube shelves are still in there, the register. I should make note too, all the blue arrows, and I have that on the bottom there, are all the walls that need to be updated to this new blue-green color, just to kind of tie the space together. So there is the floor plan. Here is the front office, and we kind of looked at this in the floor plan, but again, just updating the desk, 3 different chairs. You'll have your 2 chairs for clients to sit at. They're kind of they're not real leather, but a pleather, and they're actually super comfortable. I've used these a lot, not bad price, but really nice for cleanability purposes too. And then your desk chair, I know you pulled that one out of the other office, so it'll be nice to kind of update this one when we update the desk. And then again, on the left here, here's that arm wire that I talked about. So that door slides over, but the one half I was thinking, put some like command hooks in there, and then you could put your coat, purse, whatever. And then that big clock I talked about between the 2 windows. This will be that wall art above the register, that watercolor wall art. And then again, replacing all this purple with this rain wash color, kind of the perfect combo of blue-green, but soft, feels calming, but also kind of ties together with what we did for the Wyndham and Worthington spaces too. So there is the front office. And then here's just the perspective of it, so you can kind of just see what it feels like. I should note that Hope, I did try to put it in the computer program, but it was not cooperating. So yeah, I was planning on that Hope and that arrow to stay. Again, like I said, the clock and the wall art there, and then I did put a snake plant just because they don't really need a ton of sunlight, but just to also bring in some greenery. I mean, we could do something fake too, but they're so easy to manage. And then below that is this elevation of the west wall. This is that door that you come in where she currently has that mirror and the cork board on there. So I'm thinking if we cut a piece of plywood the full size of what the door width is, and then cover it in cork, it could just set in that doorway, kind of like how the mirror is just setting in there. But then this is also functional for her because she does have a corkboard up there now, but this gives her a ton of corkboard space, and whether you put notes or stuff for clients, anything and everything. And then that door is actually kind of no longer looking like a door and actually functioning as what we are functioning as something that's useful. So that's kind of my thoughts on that, but we can play around with it too. And so yeah, that's everything with the front office. And then for the waiting area, not a ton. The baskets here, the wall baskets, will go above the 2 chairs right above that register when you walk in. And then this other wall art, the talker wall art, will go above the love seat on the other half across from where the TV is placed. That back wall will get repainted from purple and to this blue, and that's where the mirror and arc lamp lean against that back wall to that back office door. And then again, just a charcoal love seat, a little bit more on the modern side, just kind of with the look of the rest of the pieces that I picked out. And then just a little end table for next to the love seat. And I think that is everything. I thought there was one more thing I wanted to note, but If I think about it, I'll come back to it. Oh, that is the other thing, is that below that love seat, I wanted to utilize that rug that you have up by the front desk area and just make this kind of back corner a little bit more cozy, kind of a rest area. So that's the waiting areas, and then I have the perspective of this, and you can just see I put mirror on the back there so you knew what that piece was. Again, just the wall baskets, the art above the love seat, the rug, across from the TV on the wall by the break room door, and then the 2 barrel chairs that you already have with the register in between. And this door here to the left of the chairs is the one that I was thinking could be made into more of like a cork board, since that door doesn't get utilized. Up next is just the break room. Really simple. I love this first supper wall art that's currently in that back office. I love the colors in it. I think that's really kind of what inspired bringing in all the other colors, that and the youth artwork, because a lot of things that we're bringing in between the wall colors, like the carpet, stuff like that, furniture is all very neutral, so it's fun to bring in color with the art and, make it more of a youthful environment. So yes, just this above the break room table in there, that first supper wall art above the break room table, and then just those same chairs, and then a table that I picked out off of Wayfair. And just pretty simple, just update it and give it a little bit of refresh and make that break room a little bit more functional for you guys. The back office, kind of the same as the break room, just updated the artwork above that register between the 2 windows. Again, colorful, but this has a lot more nature, organic feel. And then just a floor lamp to bring in some light layering in there. And then lastly, I have our youth room. Not a ton going on here necessarily either, a little bit more, but again, those 3 walls I'd really like to utilize and maximize with the youth's art, because all of the colors in them really tie together with everything else that we have going on. And then I brought in a little bit of texture with these feather and bamboo wall decors. Those will go on top of the large cube shelf. And then this lamp will sit on that cube shelf too, and right next to that cube shelf I have that chair kind of tucked in the corner. So we'll just kind of make that a little nook for the youth. And then replacing the purple walls with this rain wash color. And then I did the same table and chairs just in the break room to keep it simple. And then if you wanted to mix and match or ever move them, or if you have a lot of youth in there at once, whatever, then you have that flexibility. And so replacing that table that's in there now and just kind of updating it. And then I did keep that one barrel or club chair in there in the corner. The other one I'm not sure what you want to do with, if it just sits in the storage room, and if you need it you can grab it. But these dining chairs just take up a little bit less space, and they're still very comfortable, but a little bit better for around the table, and if they're painting or doing any art project, then just creates a little bit more room in the youth room. And then across from there, I just have this grow through what you go through. Just again, pulled out the colors, but also just a quote that anybody can resonate with, but specifically for that youth room. So there is the youth room design board, and then here's the perspectives. Obviously the one just faces towards the desk. I didn't change that layout because with those corner desks it gets pretty restricted, plus that register is there, so you don't have a lot of option. That grow through what you go through, that's what I was thinking here, above kind of one of those floating shelves that's already there with a little plant or whatever other little knickknacks. You can see the cube shelf stayed, and then you can see the table pulled out of that corner, and then kept that pub chair in the corner. And these 3 walls here are the ones that I'm thinking just to like plaster with art and just kind of make it like a little mini art gallery in that youth space, and really make that the focal point when you come in, and just because it's so important and important to the youth too, and make that a priority. So yeah, that is everything that I have for you. I'm excited to hear your feedback. I apologize, this has taken longer than I planned on getting back to you, but yeah, looking forward to hearing from you. And if you have any questions, just shoot me a message on my Doma, email, whatever. But yeah, thanks.